contacted them and given them their information and asked them to contact them, etc. And, it's kind of one of those situations where they did everything they could do, right, to get, started with contacting them, but it didn't quite work out. Now, I just reconnected YouTube. So if you are on YouTube and it is streaming live, can you go ahead and message me and let me know that you can see me? Hopefully it is. It looks like right now it says it's live. I'm not sure if it is. Oh, we got somebody. Yay. So it is live on on YouTube. So I'm glad that we got that figured out. Sometimes it's weird because, thank you, Ray, I appreciate it. People messaging me from different places. So I appreciate that. Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes it'll click off and you won't see what's happening. Awesome. I'm glad that it's live for everybody. Great. It's great to have you. So anyways, what I was saying is that, there's been a couple people who have just been booted and who have been put on notice and who have just been going through a really hard time on Fiverr because of, responding to clients who are asking for their personal information. And so I want to address the issue, first and foremost, and we have to understand that Fiverr as a business, that is how they make their money. And the biggest challenge for these online businesses, right, is keeping that business on the platform. Because we know in many aspects, right, once we're connected with a client, it's so much easier to work with them off of the platform. Okay, right? Because, we can email, we all make a little bit more money, right? Because we don't have to pay the 20% and the client doesn't have to pay the extra, couple percent or whatever they got to pay, so we all know that it just is easier than that. But at the same time, Fiverr spent, millions and hundreds of millions of dollars to build out this business and, the marketing to get these clients. So to them, they feel like those are Fiverr's clients and we are, contractors working with Fiverr to, solve the client's problems or whatever they need to have done. So basically, Fiverr, I think over the last couple of days or the last couple of weeks has really just been anytime, someone messages and you message back as a seller on Fiverr that you will contact them or give them information or talk about that, they really go after you. But here's the trick. Fiverr understands, right, that there's a lot of services, like, for example, when we work through live directed sessions, they understand that you got to have you got to give contact information. But what Fiverr is concerned about is the money, right? So as soon as you pay or as soon as that client has paid for the services, right, you can contact them. Perfect case in point. I just received an order about 35 minutes before our session today from a customer who ordered a whole bunch of stuff and a very large order for some, for creating a commercial and so forth. And they left their phone number as well as an email address because they've got offices in the U.S. as well as, I guess, in different places in Europe. So anyways, they left a phone number. So as I usually do, I called them and I talked to them. Really, really wonderful person. And then there's somebody that's going to be working with me from Rome and, some wonderful people. So really nice business, explained to me everything that's going on in a really nice situation. But the point is, though, is that Fiverr doesn't mind that because they've already paid and put the money into escrow, right? So they've already showed good faith that they're going through the platform. And the person I spoke to actually told me that they had worked with Fiverr before, and that's why they were coming back because they had a good experience the first time, and they were very thankful that I called them and so forth. So there is a way to deal with the issue, with the contact information and stuff with Fiverr. You just have to be careful about when you do it. If it's before someone orders, you know what I mean? Fiverr is going to come after you with a vengeance. And by the way, it's not like people were being sneaky about it, right? I mean, it's not like people weren't trying to not, say, like, for example, spelling words differently in order to not, be picked up by an algorithm. But, Fiverr knows that too. So Fiverr is going to build things to say whether you don't, like, for example, phone number or email address, they're going to put stuff out there that's going to find when you try to, go around the system. But anyways, the sad thing is most of us, I would say the majority of us, we don't do it on purpose. You know what I mean? And we're willing to work through Fiverr. It's just easier to contact or talk to people on the phone sometimes, or through email. It's faster and so forth, and share files and stuff. So, it's kind of one of those things where I understand. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you, and be careful about what you share on Fiverr, what information you share, what you say, okay? Because it really does make a big, big difference. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. If you have questions about Fiverr, you got questions about your business, how to grow your business, anything that's happening, crazy clients, customers on Fiverr, anything, go ahead and post that in the chat right now. Whether you're on Twitter or Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, go ahead and post that so that I can go ahead and answer your questions. All right, so let's go ahead and I'll start at the top. We've got David over on Facebook. What's up? You thought it was Thursday. Yeah, I hear you, man. We had ACX Thursday yesterday. We went out pretty good. Steve from Facebook. What's up? The face made for. We know it, Steve. We've got Venkerman. What's up, brothers? Good to see you. I know your real name. Dwight, what's up, man? Happy Friday. Good to have you. Oh, dear, didn't hear about that. Yeah, sorry. Again, my thoughts and hearts go out to the people in Houston. I hope everything is okay. So, I wish you guys the best. Glad to be here on Fiverr Friday. Absolutely, Eric. Good to have you. Judy, good to have you, Judy. You finally made it. Good deal. Steve says, is it legal to do a Fiverr gig to change file types? For instance, YouTube music to an MP3. And can we add music to video for an individual if it is not going to be used for commercial or broadcast? I.e., a guy wants me to put Elvis singing on his wedding video. So, no, yes, it is illegal. You're not supposed to rip music off of YouTube. Anything, okay, so, there's going to be people who own the rights to Elvis, and if someone is paying you to do that, you would need to get the rights for that. If they are okay, so here's the thing about it, and this is the way it is. The short and clear answer is yes, it is illegal. Okay, but at the same time, if you were doing it for a family member, right, it's unlikely someone's going to come after you, right? Because no one's going to do that. But at the same time, the reason why is it illegal is because you are profiting from using someone else's material. In this case, you're profiting from using Elvis's songs, all right, which I don't know who holds. I mean, I assume the Elvis estate or whoever is the, the people who run the music side, who owns or who curates that music or that music library. You know what I mean? So that is illegal because you would be being paid to supply that, and you don't have the rights to supply that. If you did it, as for a friend for free under the table, not through any, it was like your family member or friends, no one's going to say anything to you, right? Because it's a wedding. Who's going to come down and take out your wedding? But in this particular case, don't, it is illegal. And if Fiverr finds stuff like that, they will take you down. They will take it down, your gigs. But can we add music for an individual if it is not going to be used for commercial rights? If it is commercial rights, or if it is music that you have the right to use, then yes. But if this is all talking about the Elvis guy, no, you can't accept money for that. Okay, good. Hey, that is a great question, and unfortunately, there's not a lot. There should be more. I think there should be more about the laws and how they work when it comes to copyright. But listen, we all know we live in an internet world that, it's hard to know because it's a big gray area, right? Is it being used to profit from? What is actually the definition of profit? Like, for example, using commercials or using music or using things that are done for our demos. Are we profiting? Well, we kind of are, but we're not directly profiting from the sale of the demo. but right. So it's all such a gray area. But in this particular case, you are clearly an exchange of money for an Elvis song, right? So I wouldn't do it. Let's see. Thank God it's Friday. John, what's up? John, it's good to have you. John, Ron Gardner, what's up, man? You can see me. Yay. All right. Lisa, good to have you. Yvonne, I think that's, I don't know if that's, I know an Yvonne. I don't know if that's you, Yvonne, or Evan, so I apologize if it's not. Jim, good to have you, my man. Boss Cyanide. Mark, great. David, good to have you. Richard says, what's up, Anthony? Have you seen any huge benefit from sharing your gigs on Twitter and LinkedIn? Great question, Richard. And the answer is, me personally, absolutely yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I want to actually use someone, though, I think that has been that's inspired me even more, too, I don't know if you have seen her, but it is a logo artist, and she posts herself doing logos freehand. Sometimes she uses a fork. Sometimes she uses different things. She works on Fiverr, and she posts them on LinkedIn, and like has crazy amount of shares and stuff. And it is literally her just posting her gigs, like a link to her gig, and then showing a video of her working. So like you showing a video of you doing something. We talked about this the other day when I was talking about Brent Hagel and Instagram and how he built the back of an incredibly successful business he's had now and an agency, I think, on the popularity that he gained from doing samples every single day on Instagram, where he would go into his booth and record and then show you the final edit, like cut that he would put on his computer with music and video and stuff, and it was really cool. And it was all stuff he made up. Now, the video and the music was not made up. Like, he took that, but see, they were just free posts that he was just making as a sample, right? So they weren't actually work he was being paid for. So absolutely. And I guarantee you, I mean, she's getting, like, I saw some things that she has, thousands of shares, like hundreds and hundreds of comments, thousands of likes, and by the way, and what she also does too is just really interesting. I mean, I don't know if I would do this, but like I got a message from her, like she messages you and asks you if you'd be willing to like and share her video. And I think that's pretty clever. You know what I mean? And I don't know if she's targeting Fiverr, like people who have Fiverr on their docket, or she's targeting me because she knows me. I don't know. But either way, that was really impressive. It's Richard, it's about the way it's how you go about it. Right? It's how you go about it. And you need to understand that you've got to, and we talked about the samples. It's getting samples out every single day consistently in a manner which people enjoy to watch and listen to. Right? That's another thing that's important. Okay? So it's not just you standing in your booth putting out, doing a read. Okay, that's one way, but you gotta, so here's the thing, right? Think about it. I mean, you might be interested in watching other voice artists do that, but you know what I mean? It's gotta have some sort of interest. This woman, it's interesting to see someone do a really kind of cool logo with a fork. All right. I mean, that is interesting to watch. So you have to think, how can you do that? And one way to do that is begin to create videos with your voiceover, right? And you can do that a variety of ways, like getting free. There's subscriptions you can pay for video image, video services where you can get, videos for free, and I mean royalties paid for already, right? Because you have a subscription to their site, as well as music. Like I like audio blocks and stuff like that. And so you have to do it in a creative way in which people are going to respond and find it interesting. And every single time you just put your name up there and that you offer voiceover services, and here's a sample of my work, and you do that consistently day after day, you are going to get clicks to your profile or on Fiverr, and they're going to find you. Or you do that to your website. It doesn't have to be to Fiverr, be your website. Most people won't take that effort to do that. And because they won't make that effort, you know what I mean? They'll either say it doesn't work or it won't happen. The different types of videos that I create, I'm telling you, the more action. I've recently started doing some new videos and working with someone now that I'm paying to help me create different styles of videos. They're having an absolute incredible reaction. They're under a minute long, but the formatting of them is unique. Right? There's text, there's type, There's different things coming in. You know, I don't know if you've seen them. I've just put out 2. We should have another one coming today, because I plan on putting out one a day, Monday through Friday. But it's getting incredible engagement, incredible clicks through the profile wherever I want to send them. And by the way, I mean, yes, it's a specific video tailored towards specific people, but that's the whole thing that you have to do with your clients too. Figure out what specific client you want to tailor to, okay, and make videos based around that. Interesting, like I always thought it'd be cool if you were in the trying to target real estate, because I think real estate is a great place to target, because you can get footage of homes and do like drone footage of homes, or find them, you can get in that footage and then do voiceovers for them and post them as samples, and you can target those specific industries with tags, like real estate, realtor, real estate agency, etc., right? Hashtags, and it will actually, be found by those people. And you do that consistently, they're going to call upon you because they're going to be like, well, I need this. And they're like, oh yeah, there's that guy who does it on LinkedIn. I bet he could help me. Right? But you want to be that guy or that gal, so you have to do it consistently and do it well. But don't just show you doing it. Show some sort of finished product so people can picture what it would be. That was a long answer, but hopefully that helps, Richard. Okay, let's see. Where do we go? We had, okay, boss, what's up? Let's see, Donna. Hey, Donna. Jeremy says, can't really blame Fiverr for enforcing their terms of service if you outright break the rules. Christopher Mar says, if I do a general intro video for my gigs, should I limit how long? Would you even recommend such a thing, or should the first thing they see be a sample demo? Okay, so this is this is something that's up in the air. I interviewed Red Horrocks a while ago, which many of you probably know that I have a podcast, A VO's Journey, and she's an incredible top-rated seller on a VO's Journey on Fiverr, and I interviewed her on the podcast, and she has a different take than I have. So how I do my videos is I have a picture of myself, of my big head, and then I have my name, and then I have what I offer, American Male Voiceover. And then I just have my demo. I lead right into my demo. I don't say my name. I don't say anything else, because the picture tells my name and my face. The demo should speak for what I can do. And then if they click through, that goes to my description. However, Red recommends that you also try to, start off by saying, hey, tell them your name and just a quick little note about yourself or about what you offer, and then go into your demo. But, so you can do either way. Or there are some people who actually put videos that they've been in and create their own video demo. Just be aware that I know there's many different ways to do it. I just know personally, unless you have incredible video, I mean like amazing video, because remember, when you put up a video, actual video images, like, video, okay? People are going to watch the video, and then we as voice artists, we are second, or we are secondary. We're not primary. The images are primary. So that they're going to focus on the images, and our voices, if we do our job right, should enhance what they're watching. It should not steal the show. Correct? So if like your video is not like incredible, like, I mean, super professionally done, people are going to then assume that you don't do professional work because of the video that you've posted. Okay, because it is what it is. All right, so that's my feelings behind it. But if you have super professional video, it might not be a bad idea to do. Just make sure if you have performed in a commercial and you did not have to sign an NDA or whatever, then you are allowed to use for your own marketing purposes. Okay, but the thing is that I personally like people just to see my face, know my name and what I do, give them my demo. I immediately kick it off with the most popular part of what the voices I do on my demo. I put that the very first one, because they say we got about 1 to 3 seconds of time that people are browsing, right, to see. And, that is something that I do. So that's what I would recommend as you start, but I'd also recommend that you try different things with different gigs and see what happens. If something's not working, switch it up. Whatever you do, don't sit for a long period of time if nothing's working and don't do anything, right? Try to, put something else up there. All right, great question. Let's see. The limit of how long it should be, I wouldn't do no longer than a minute. I believe it's 1:15, but don't do longer than a minute. Okay, minute or less. Let's see. Phil, what's up? Boss says, what would you say is the best route to go as far as page setup? Do you prefer to use multiple ads and videos per voice style like some do? Or do you use a one for all? I'm trying to figure, the best route to go as far as page setup? I'm trying to think what you mean by page setup. Do you prefer to use multiple ads and videos per voice like some do? Or do you use, boss, I'm confused about the page setup. Or do you mean the setup for your demo? I'm confused about what you mean about how that works on Fiverr, and I apologize. I'm just confused. So maybe if you could restate that down below, I'd appreciate it. Heath, what's up, man? Judy, tax time. When we post our earnings, do we put our gross or what we actually got paid after Fiverr takes their cut? You need to get, Fiverr should send you, if they do, they should send you the total amount that you made, and then you will need to deduct how much, or 20%, okay, of the cost that Fiverr took. Okay, so that is the cost of doing business. All right, you could, some people say like COGS, right, the cost of goods sold, but in this case, it doesn't necessarily fall under that because it's not like it's not like a food item where you have to pay for the food item, right? It's like a tangible cost. This is like a marketing cost, but listen, you didn't make that full amount. You have to take the gross amount. You are correct there, but then you have to also put under expenses the 20%. So you have to post the gross amount, but then you minus that. So remember, taxes for businesses are paid after, or you pay taxes based on what's paid after expenses are taken out for your business. So yes, you have to post the gross, but that's not what you pay taxes on. You pay taxes on the 20% after the 20% is taken out, right? So you pay taxes on the 80%. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Let's see. Edson, woohoo, Phil, Priscilla. Oh, are you talking about Priscilla Presley, maybe? Judy, I finished 2 gigs. How long do I wait to see if they accepted them? Okay, so when you finish a gig and you submit it, the buyer has 3 days to accept them. If they accept them, they'll accept it, and they can either choose to leave a review or not. If they do not accept in 3 days, it automatically is put through and you're paid. Okay, that's why Fiverr does an escrow. That's another reason why I love Fiverr, because they will pay you, you know what I mean, no matter what. Unless the person puts it on revision, in which case the clock starts over again. So let's say it's like 2 days and 22 hours and they come back and put it on revision, the clock starts over again. So then you submit the revision, then it's another 3 days. Okay, so there's that. Now, after it's put through, if you are anything under a top-rated seller, it's 2 weeks to get paid. If you're a top-rated seller, it goes down to 1 week. All right, let's see. And that's 1 week or 2 weeks after it's put through. So it could be, after you do a job, it could be up to 17 days before you get paid. So that is, it is a while. I will admit that. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Hi, good to be here. Hey, Leanne. Zach says, I was nervous because a Fiverr client that hosts a radio talk show in Canada wanted to communicate off of the platform to interview me about my businesses for a show. He ended up Googling me on his own. No money exchanged off of Fiverr at all, so it all worked out. Yeah, that's awesome. I've actually had people, and see, this is the thing, Zach. And this is the thing, everybody, right? I've had people find me or email me through my website and said they found me on Fiverr, and then they Googled my name and found me off of Fiverr, right? And they prefer to work off of Fiverr, So that is not your fault. Fiverr cannot penalize you for that. You did nothing wrong. But for Fiverr's point of view, that's the biggest challenge for Fiverr, for any of these sites. That's why sites like Voice Realm and these other places will tell you that you can absolutely never exchange personal information, like even your name, because they know if you get your name out there, the likelihood is that all they have to do is Google your name and they can find you and they can bypass the site. But then if they bypass the site, might as well not exist and they won't make their money. Do you see what I mean? So it happens and it's not our fault, and Fiverr can't penalize us for that because we didn't do anything wrong. But at the same time, Fiverr spent all that money to get that client. So, that's probably their largest challenge, is keeping people on the platform. And then of course, weeding out the scammers. Okay. So good call. Angela. Hey, what's up? Angela is going to be joining the ranks of freedom fighters. All right, Yvonne, haha, E's for Elizabeth. All right, Elizabeth, thank you. Colin says, hi, Anthony. In the stats algorithm, how important are social clicks? All right, well, I mean, I personally do not see a boost when I have more social clicks, except for the fact that I will get business, okay, from the social clicks. The downside, or the upside is that Fiverr, at least most sites, don't give us any analytics whatsoever. It's really nice that Fiverr gives us some analytics. But of course, because I'm a data hog, I would love more, right? So, I mean, I think that is something I wish that I could track from the social clicks. You know what I mean? Where do those, how many of those people purchased? It would be really beneficial to be able to set up a separate page on Fiverr to track that. And of course, Fiverr can track that, but we can't. So, it's impossible to tell how many, how much work you are getting from the social clicks. But you can, to an extent, see that your overall impressions and your overall work goes up. Do you see what I mean? Now, if you wanted to ask, do you think that your standings and the rankings will go up? They will not go up the more social clicks you do, but they will go up from the work you get from the social clicks. Okay, so if you think of it that way, one does serve the other. Make sense? All right, cool. Let's see. What site do you recommend for bed music and effects for doing personal demos for variety prior to getting a professional demo done so I can vary my Fiverr gigs? Absolutely, Dwight. So I like to use Audio Blocks. That's the site that I love. It's audioblocks.com. It's $15 a month, and it's got effects, it's got music, it's got music bed, it's got loops, it's got collections, corporate style music, tons of, I love Audio Blocks. I build all my demos off of it. I build other people's demos off of it. I use it for clients. It's great. So audioblocks.com. Let's see. Bill says, I remember old school conventional wisdom was for VO talent to not use pictures since we play in the theater of the mind. And our image may give potential clients a reason to not hire us since we may look like the voice they envision. Yeah, I mean, at first thought, Bill, I mean, it makes complete sense, right? Because we don't want them to, if they've got an idea in their head, we don't want to remove that idea from their head by inserting us. However, I think that's why it was an old rule, because nowadays we have to have a way to make sure that we are not getting scammed, that people are real, people are who they say they are, people are more than just a couple of things on a screen, right? They're more than just text. There's something tangible there. And because of that, I feel that it has people, and plus, Bill, I think the movement of getting real people, like the movement of for example, I'm finishing up today. I've been working all day on this conversational tone course. The course is going to be great. I mean, this is a great course about how to speak in a conversational tone, but it's not just that, right? It's like everything is based off of today. You know, it's interesting. A couple of years ago, that was like the hot thing, right? You know, you got to speak conversation. Everybody wants a conversational tone. Now, all right, that's expected. It becomes more so, you know, I want you to be nurturing in a conversational tone. I want you to be inspiring in a conversational tone, right? It's adding to it because what people are really saying is they want you to be real. They want you to be a real person, who you are, bringing your experiences, your thoughts, your desires, your hopes, your dreams, your past, and they want through all of that you to express the message that they're giving you. So when they're asking for that, they need to be able to picture in their head a person who's actually going to do that, even though you are right, they never see our faces, right? They never see us. But because that's the world we live in right now, that's why I think it's important more than ever to have a face, to have your story, to have who you are. And, you know, I do gig reviews. If any of you are interested, I do video reviews for your gig, and it's actually on Fiverr, and there'll be links and stuff that you can get to. But the reason why I bring that up is because the first thing I always tell people too on those is that, listen, you've got to put some more information about you, who you are, why should they pick you in particular? And that information needs to boil down to what makes you different. And what makes you different is your past, who you are. That's what makes you unique. Okay, so don't shy away from it. You know, shine it out there. We want that today. We crave that today. All right. Let's see. John says, so does Fiverr produce any documents that state they have taken 20%? I do not believe so, John. I do not believe so. Steve, I'm back. Steve's back. Let's see. John, apologies if it sounds like a silly question, but I am under the impression that they state the total excluding any mention of their deduction. Exactly. Let's see. Eric, thoughts on self-produced demo? I want to try and do what Anthony did and get 12 to 15 months from myself. Instagram pause real quick. You said 12 to 15 months from my self-produced demo, but I don't know what I don't know. Like, is my sound good? Is the acting okay? What should I change? Yeah, Eric, I mean, you know, when I first started out, I looked around for demos and I didn't know, you know, what to expect, what to do, et cetera, et cetera. And so I found information from videos, YouTube videos that I saw about people offering demos. So I started contacting them and realized that, you know, they were thousands and thousands of dollars. And at the time, right, not knowing what I didn't know, I thought that was an outrageous cost. Plus, I couldn't afford it. Right. So I decided I was going to figure it out on my own. Now I can tell you, after doing this for a while and knowing, I mean, your demo is everything. Your demo, your samples, I mean, it boils down to that. It really does. You got to get in front of people, but then it boils down to the work that you present to them that you've done. So a greatly produced demo, but also a demo done in a way that's going to highlight your very best, okay, and not just a good thing that you do, but your very best is worth its weight in gold, right? Because that is our calling card. But for me, after that, I decided though that I would. So I'm like a contradiction, right? Because then I say, to me, I do all my own demos myself, by myself. I do demos for other people. That's a service that I offer because I love putting productions together, right? And I love doing demos and working with people and coaching them through it. And I have a production team that works with me to do that. But I do my own personally by myself because it's just a thing that I've done because I feel like no one can pull out on me particularly. But by the way, though, I've been training my whole life in theater. I've been a director, right? I have over 20 years of theatrical experience and so forth. So like, I wouldn't expect everyone to have all that training. So anyways, that's my thought process on it. My suggestion to you would be, if you're in a place where you really want to do it on your own, do it. And know this, when you do your own demo, people are going to pay you based on the work that you can produce. So you never have to worry about someone telling you, well, this is not what you have on your demo. Right? And so, heaven forbid you go to a studio and pay thousands of dollars and get a demo produced, and then you go home to record in your studio, and then when they pay you, they get something completely different than what's on your demo, right? That's the fear. So I always thought, whenever someone listens to my demo, they are getting exactly what I can do, nothing more, nothing less. Okay, so anyways, that's just my thoughts around it. So Eric, if you look at it from that point, I would just go for it. And the best way to do that, Eric, is you got to compare and contrast. And then when you can afford it, hire a coach to listen to your stuff. But you don't have to do that to start. Okay. But again, it's not a bad idea, depending on if you want to shave some time off. Because this is all a time game, right? How much time do you want to take off of your journey? You know what I mean? Because, do you want to take time off by paying someone to help you steer through some things? Or do you want to crash and figure it out on your own? You can do either, and either will work. It's really up to you. You know what I mean? It's not one is better than the other per se. It's really up to you. Okay. Dwight, thanks. Anthony Pica audio blocks. Oh, absolutely. John says, can't wait for the conversational tone course. Awesome. Yeah, John, I'm really excited about this one. This is some of the best stuff, and I'm also working on different formatting as well, so I'm excited. I also have the authoritative tone course, but I think the conversational one has been the one that I've been most asked for. All right, you guys. Well, if you have any more questions, go ahead and post it now. Sorry, over on Instagram, I apologize, you guys. There's BDoggy45 over there. We had ODark1. BDoggy45 says, real estate is another avenue in life I want to explore. I'll definitely look into that niche of voiceover. Absolutely. I mean, it's a big growing niche, right? Because real estate, everyone has to, live somewhere. So, real estate is always going to be there. And as technology grows, right, the staging of homes grow, and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I've done lots of real estate voiceovers on Fiverr from realtors or stagers who, have drone footage or go through a house, and I'm just narrating all the cool aspects of the home and, the area, et cetera, and the history. All right, so let's see. Todd says, first timer. What's up, Todd? Great to have you, man. John says, how much do you charge to listen to voice recordings, reviews, and materials produced while working through your courses? How much do you charge to listen to voice? Yeah. So if you take a course, also in all my courses, I include scripts. I include scripts that I write because I write scripts. I enjoy writing scripts. I know, weird, right? But I do. So I write the scripts, and then I include like 10 to 15 scripts for each course that you take. And what you can do is you can actually record those scripts, and you can send them to me. I just charge like $25, and I will review them and send you back a recording of myself reviewing the scripts and giving you tips and any ideas or tricks and stuff to help you improve. Yeah, so absolutely. Good question, man. Thanks, John. I didn't pay John to ask that question, but that's a really good question, John. All right, so anything else? Let's see. Well, hey, you guys, thank you so much. Wonderful session today. Thank you, too, for you people on YouTube for being so patient. I know we didn't pop on until later. I got it figured out while we were live. Thank you, everybody. It is Friday, so we will not be coming back until Monday, which I'm excited because Monday will be Marketing Monday, which will be our first one, and I'm going to go in. John, per script? No, John, it's you just send. I would do like, okay, so I guess to me, John, I was like, you send whatever you want to send. I would assume you're not going to send hours, but if I include 10 scripts and you do 10 reads, you just send the 10 reads and I'll review them. Yeah, it's more so. Oh, now he's talking about Fiverr Elite. By the way, thank Judy. I appreciate that, Judy. So there's also the Fiverr Elite course where we meet every Saturday And if you're interested in growing your Fiverr business like we do today, I meet every Saturday morning with a group of people. I think we have like up to over 40 people in the group, and we meet. And the sole purpose of that is to grow the business. And I answer questions individually, do reviews of people's stuff, give away courses, all kinds of stuff. Actually, everybody in that group just got the authoritative tone course, so everybody in that group got that for free. So it's a really good course to be in. Or a really good group to be in, excuse me. And yeah, and it's only $47 a month, so it's really good. I just love it so much working with the people. All right, cool. But you don't get to deduct the cost from the Fiverr Elite, Judy. All right, anyways, thank you guys. Like, people are haggling me. All right, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Okay, please remember to like, share, subscribe, retweet this if you're on Twitter. Like, share. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful weekend. I will talk to you. It is tax deductible. Yes, it is tax deductible, Judy. Absolutely right. As training. All right. Any training you guys do, any courses you take, any paid services you do to get better as a voice actor is tax deductible. All right, you guys. Bye. Bye. See you later.